Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. You join us on a proper piker's morning this morning. It's cold and it's misty and the fog's rolling in, and I'm just looking out there now. There's two pike floats out, mine and Baz's and a ledger rod, and we're just hoping that Mr. Pike is hungry. We're on that venue today that I did a video on, where I was about working out a venue and how I approach it. These videos aren't going to be easy to make, the same type of blogs like the estate lake blogs, like with pictures of the lake and stuff like that, because there are certain rules that you've got to adhere to. It is a private lake that I've been allowed to fish, so yeah, unfortunately the blogs are not going to be like that. But this is a video of my fishing and how the equation is. It's like, do I fish somewhere that I'll enjoy fishing but isn't the adventure and it makes a nice video, or do I fish where I want to go, and this place I want to work it out, and there's no information on it about what's in here. So far we've had 2 jack pike out of it and 3 or 4 runs, and that is like the adventure for me. And if I wasn't making blogs, this is the type of place I'd be fishing, because I'd want to work it out. So yeah, these type of blogs here are not going to be the estate lake ones with all the scenery and stuff like that. These are going to be pure fishing and as much recording as I can do. So yeah, let's sit back and hopefully get a pike, and I'll just have a look at the setups. Right, so as you can see, a proper piker's morning. Mist rolling in, overcast and cold, and it's a beautiful morning to be out on the bank. Right, let's go over the floats. There's my float set up on a float ledgered sardine. And if I pan round a bit, there's our Baz's on a smelt I think he's put on, and in open water over here I've got a ledgered sardine as well, just that bit further out. So yeah, they're the 3 places that I've put a bait today, and as you can see, it's a proper misty morning. The rods are in, can't beat it. Right, so they're the location of the rods and the baits that I'm using. There's enough videos on the channel now of me showing me float ledger setup and my ledger setup. So what I'll do is, during this video, right now I'll put on my float ledger rig video, and it's in the video, so if you watch the video it goes into detail about the float ledger rig. And when I bring the ledger rig in, the running ledger, I will go through that one and show it on the film. But the float ledger rig is in all the videos. I use it week in, week out, and if you've been watching the blog since October, I did say back then it is one of the most versatile rigs that you will use, and as you've seen so far, it's caught me pike on the canal, the rivers and lakes. So yeah, it works. Right, as I said, just go quickly over my running ledger setup. Simplicity itself, you've got £60 braid, a Fox low resistance run ring, a swivel so you can change the lead when it's freezing cold. The last thing you want to be doing is trying to get the little tiny connectors that come with them onto that. So a quick change swivel, 2 beads, and that aids separation on the cast. Quick change swivel there as well, so you can change your trace and put your trace on easy. An 18-inch wire trace, and I'm just about to put out a Morrison special, a sardine and some oil. So let's get this out in the swim. Right, so on the last 2 trips, pike have come quite quickly after arriving in a swim. You're talking within the first hour. We've had runs or takes or any bites that have come within an hour of casting in. So the plan today is, the car park is a good walk away. We've come as far away from the car park as we can get, and what we're going to do is we're going to give it an hour and a half in each swim and slowly leapfrog our way back to the start, and hopefully by 4 o'clock this afternoon, 3 o'clock this afternoon, we'll end up in the car park. So that's the plan. You've always got to have a plan, as I say. as I always say, a method to your madness. You've got to have some type of plan, and that's the plan today. And by the end of today, hopefully, we'll have an idea of the depths across the whole lake, so you know how it changes, and an idea of any hot spots for pike, hopefully. Right, so we're in swim 2 now. We give swim 1 till about 11 o'clock, quarter to 11. I had one drop running it on the ledge of rod. It pulled out the clip and yeah, just dropped the bait. So we've moved into swim 2. We've just put 2 rods out on the float again. Baz has got his on a float fished smelt, and I've got mine on a sardine, and I've got a ledger rod on the next peg on my sardine as well. So yeah, let's see if it rings true. Normally on these so far the bites have come within the first hour, so maybe the next couple of pegs we'll only give them an hour and see how we do. Right, one little change I'm going to make to our Bazzy setup in this swim is we've been fishing baits on the bottom all morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shallow his rig up so the bait is fishing half water and let it drift along. The wind's blowing, only a gentle breeze, but it'll blow the bait over the top of any pike and see if that works. And it's all about, like I said in the last time we were here, working out the water and working out what they like. So far, you know, smelts and sardines are working, but if you only put them baits out on the bottom, you can only get a bite on the bottom. Drifting a bait might be the method. You might get a bite every time, and it's about working this water out. Little changes to see if it works or not. So we'll get that out. Right, our Baz just had a screaming take. A pike on a smelt just coming in. A lovely take. Slowly moved off. And he's playing on his feet. Come on in, you come, mate. Well done, mate. And there it is. Our Baz's pike. He's having a go on the lure at the time. I had to come sprinting along the bank. But yeah, looks like a different pike again. Similar type of size, but lovely markings. So we'll get this guy on the unhooking mat and have a look at it, because this is part about finding a venue like this, is for our Baz to start learning to unhook smaller pike, because he has come straight in right at the deep end with bigger pike, and I think this one has unhooked itself in the net. So yeah, he's not going to be unhooking that one. So yeah, let's get out and have a look. So the pike is in the edge resting, and while we're doing that, I say, because it's Baz and he's, you know, just starting out, we're going to give it away, see how heavy his pike is. But yeah, I'm feeling it's going to be about 4 or 5 pound, maybe 6. We'll give it away, but the most important thing is you've got everything ready to go and the pike's still in the water. Get it all set, get the pike out, get a couple of pictures in the video, and then get it back. Right, here's Baz with his 6.5 pound pike. A lovely pike. You made up with that, mate? Yeah. Proper good take on it, good fight. And I say, it's a bit battered along here, whether that's other pike, you know, bigger pike in here, could be a sign of bigger pike, cormorants, I don't know. But it's got some lovely dark greens, you know, the lemon spots on it. It's a lovely pike. And if you do get a decent pike, and there is decent pike in here, which we might hopefully find out, it's going to be a nice looking pike, it looks like, because the colours on it are beautiful. So what we'll do now is we'll get that pike back and we'll see if we can get another one. I think we're due a swim change, so we'll just give this one another half hour. You made up, mate? Yeah. Well done, mate. Let's get her back. One thing that I love with pike is how they change. You know, when the different waters that they're in, you know, how the different strains of the same species can change. Now that's lying on the bottom, you know, the dark on its head there, how black the top of its mouth is, and you know, they are an amazing species. So give it a good rest and then we'll let her go. I think she's more than ready though. Right, this pike more than rested now. Time for it to go back. And as I say, the only downside with this net is getting them out, because they swim down to get out, and it's so deep that you struggle. There you go. Back it goes. And all you want to see now is a 20 pounder come and nail it. I don't think it's going to happen on here. I think it's going to be a lot of jacks and maybe one. I think a double figure pike on here might be the good fish. Right, so dilemma time. Down this bit of the lake that we fished today, we've had 2 takes, and they've all come within, you know, short time of getting in the swim. So the dilemma now is we've just had a pike. From experience, if you're going to get a run, it's going to come in an hour, so staying here for another half hour doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be another pike. It's always harder to move when you're catching. When you're not catching, there's nothing to lose. Move swims. But when you're getting action in swims, it's hard, because you've got, you know, have a game plan when you start out. Do you stick to it? I think today we're going to stick to it. I think the thing to do now is to pack in, move swims, and move to the next swim along, and, you know, start building a picture of the whole lake. Baz has had a pike, I've had a take, and it's dropped it, so we've both had chances today of getting a fish on the bank, which I say all the time is what you come for. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is get the rods in, move swims, and see what the next swim holds, and see whether or not the theory that we're building is true, and our one in each swim is enough time to get a take. Let's move and see if it works. Right, change baits are always good to have. Mine, every year when I buy my order, I always pick up 2 packs of trout. Use them a lot on the canal, but they are a fantastic bait, and they're a bait that you won't hear many people talking about. They're never usually massive, so they're a nice size, and they catch pike, but not a lot of people use them. Very tough bait, get a lot of casts out of them. And there is a saying in life, in fishing, whatever you're doing, keep doing the same thing, you'll get the same results. You can keep coming here, putting out smelts, putting out sardines, you're going to get the same results. You're going to get runs, and they seem to be a pike of a certain size. Till you try something different, you never know. So on this swim, I'm going to try the old smelly trout. Let's give it a go. I won't need to look at the floats to see if I've got a bite. That line will pull straight away. When it's flat calm like this, it is beautiful fishing the floats. You can't beat it. Right, I said a change of bait to a trout might work. Didn't guarantee the size of the pike. It's a pike. We've both had a pike today. That's all that matters when 2 of you go out fishing. Now, it is a lovely pike. It's got lovely markings on it, and all the greens, spots of lemon, and has got a mark on the side of it, but we have seen a lot of cormorants on the bank, and he is in profile quite skinny, but starting to build that picture now. When we first started here, we didn't even know if pike were in here. Now we've had 4, and we're starting to build that picture. Now the better fishing here could just be a double. The better fishing here might just be a double figure pike, but when if we get one, it's going to mean a lot, isn't it? So let's get this little guy back so we can fight another day, and maybe one day become the queen of the lake. Right, even in my lifetime, I've seen the change in mentality slowly with pike. As a kid, I used to go behind the matchmen and chuck these pike back in as they chucked them, behind the bank as they caught them in the matches. Education with people isn't just, what bait to use, when to use it, where to cast. Education also comes with, showing these fish being released, and the importance of this fish in this ecosystem, to have a balance on the silvers and everything. And yeah, these fish are essential to this water. Fish of all sizes, and they all go back I think we've come a long way in a short space of time with the mentality of pike in waters. But yeah, education just isn't rigs and stuff like that. You know, baits, it's about, you know, understanding the importance of these creatures in the ecosystem. Back you go, mate, and stay safe. Come on, mate. As you can see there, perfect camouflage on the bottom against all that foliage. Right, so that pike's gone back, and we are slowly beginning to build a picture, aren't we, of this water. Pike from £1.5 to, I think the biggest we've had is Bazzies today at 6. None of them had any size to them. None of them had any, what you would say, a female fish that was going to produce eggs in a month's time. They didn't have any, you know, depth to them. I don't know what age a pike's got to be to breed. I really don't know. But they've all been quite lean fish. They've not looked like they've had any size to them, or they would produce eggs had any type of that about them. So that says to me that there might possibly be a bigger female in here. Now, whether that female is only £12, £10, you don't know. And how many of them are in here, I don't know. But we are starting to build them little bits of the jigsaw, like I said in the last one, coming together. Bites as soon as you swap swims, that is apparent all the time. Within 10 minutes of coming in here, we had a drop run. Within half an hour, we had that small pike. And then it does seem to be nothing. You don't get a run then. And then if you move swim, you seem to get a take. So you're just catching what's in each area. So it is starting to build the picture. And like I say, hopefully at the end all them pieces of the jigsaw come together. Right, that session's come to an end now. I forgot to do the intro, the outro yesterday, so yeah, hopefully that begins to show that you can build a picture, and how I build a picture of a new water. 2 sessions ago we didn't even know there were pike in there. Now we're beginning to see that there is a lot of jack pike, and what you can do with it, you can start to tailor your setups. So if you want to catch a lot of pike, use all the smaller baits, but if you want to try and target a bigger pike, maybe put out a bigger bait. But don't be surprised if you start, you know, losing pike when you're striking and they haven't got any hooks in the mouths. It's a Sunday morning today. I've nipped out on the canal for a few hours, Christmas Eve. Loads of jobs to do, but I'll get them done. Was meant, we always get them done, don't we, last minute. So yeah, hopefully that, you know, we get a pike this morning. If we get one this morning, I'll pop it on the end of the video. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's been watching the videos and commenting. All the comments have been fantastic and very supportive, so thank you very much. Tight lines for 2018, and I hope you have a very, you know, Merry Christmas. And this probably will go after then, but yeah, a Happy New Year and a fish field one, and I'll catch you all next time.